Students, now today we are going to start our new chapter, which is Project Tiger. It is a memory. Okay, in the memory Project Tiger by Satyajit Ray, author of the story, a famous Indian filmmaker. He begins his article paying respect to the Hollywood filmmakers for giving such reverence and consideration to the animal actors. He narrates his experience and efforts for shooting a film, Gopi Gaine Bagha Bain, using a tiger as a character. Okay? So, what is supposed to do if there is need for tiger in a film? Satyajit Ray has to deal with this problem when he was shooting the Bengali film Gopi Gaine Bagha Bain. He contacted Bharat Circus, which was then holding shows in Calcutta, and made arrangements for one of their circus tigers to be brought to a bamboo grove near Shihuri in Birbhum. It is the name of a place where the shooting was happening. Okay, now he is narrating the story. We were ready. The door of one of the cages was unfastened. Means it was. We were ready. The door of one of the cages were unfastened. Means it was opened. Mr. Thorat called out to the tiger. It responded almost at once and sprang out of its cage to land on the open space outside. What followed was totally unexpected. One look at Mr. Thorat's startled and helpless face told us that he was taken aback, as rest of us. What happened actually when they opened the door of the cage? But the tiger responded in very surprising way. It shocked that filmmaker Thorat, Mr. Thorat, and it was means the tiger was also shocked being shot at first time. Whatever he's behaving is totally unexpected for the filmmakers also. Okay, instead of walking sedately. What is sedately means very calmly and slowly in a dignified manner they walk. What tigers usually. But instead of walking sedately in a dignified manner, the tiger started prancing around with tremendous enthusiasm. It leapt, it jumped, it rolled about, dragging its poor trainer, who was desperately clutching the wire tied to the tiger's collar in a futile attempt to bring it under control. Now he is not under the control of his who is the controller of the tiger, also trainer of the tiger. Okay, he was walking very fastly and not very calmly and in a dignified manner. We stood around foolishly watching a new and strange kind of circus which we were getting to see for free. They were watching the tiger doing all these foolish things and they were watching it. Okay, the camera was still standing on its three legs staring into the wood, but the tiger was showing no sign of making its way there. Okay, after nearly 5 minutes of madness, the tiger finally calmed down a little. Mr. Thorat and his two assistants looked at a sight. The ringmaster spoke through pale lips and explained that this particular tiger had never been in the wild. It was born in a circus and had seldom been released from its cage. A sudden taste of its natural habitat had probably gone to its head. Yes, because he has never been to jungles and whatever the environment in which the tigers usually live. He always born and brought up in the cage after coming into this world. He used to live in the cage and he seldom get free from the cage. So it was very unfamiliar environment for him. Once the tiger had calmed down, we managed to take the few shots we needed. However, another foreseen problem then arose. The door of the cage was now standing wide open. A stool had been placed near the lorry. The tiger was supposed to jump on the stool when its trainer sat up and then run into its cage, so that the two assistants could then lock the door once again. Mr. Thorat went blue in the face, saying, "Up!" but the tiger ignored him completely. Instead of returning to its cage, it seemed far more interested in sitting in the bamboo grove and tasting the young leaves on a stem. What happened? There was one scene. In that scene, what the trainer used to say up, and what the tiger has to jump around the stool and go back into his cage. But what he does so many times that Mr. Thorat, the filmmaker, used to say up, but he doesn't show any action, any sign of being jumping. He just sitting around that bamboo leaves, young bamboo leaves, and tasting it, because he was very much fond of that kind of environment what he got on that day. So he was just sitting there and enjoying his freedom. Okay, Mr. Thorat had clearly never faced such a situation before, but the tiger's behavior made us quite feel reassured, even bold. A tiger that chewed bamboo leaves could definitely not be a man-eater. Yes, obviously, the tiger who was eating a bamboo leaves, he was not a man-eater. I took the camera even closer to the tiger and used the remaining film to capture this most un-tiger-like behavior. However, purely out of the blue, even as the camera was running, the tiger shot up in the air, took a giant leap and got back into its cage. Okay, so rest of the story I will tell you in our next class. Thank you and have a nice day. Students, now